tranquil district of Mae Cham in northern Thailand was transformed into a scene of devastation as torrential rains triggered flash floods and landslides that swept through villages, destroyed homes, and claimed lives. The disaster, fueled by the remnants of Typhoon Kajiki, has left the region reeling, with emergency crews racing against time to rescue survivors and assess the damage. The flooding began after days of relentless rainfall, culminating in a deluge that overwhelmed the region's rivers and saturated the mountainous terrain. According to the Thai Meteorological Department, the remnants of Typhoon Kajiki brought wind gusts exceeding 80 kilometers per hour and rainfall totals surpassing 300 millimeters in less than 48 hours. The saturated soil gave way in multiple locations, triggering landslides that buried homes and blocked access roads. Mae Cham, known for its serene rice terraces and ethnic Karen communities, was among the hardest-hit areas. Villages nestled in the valleys found themselves trapped between rising waters and collapsing hillsides. Ban Thung Luang, a small village near the Mae Cham River, was one of the first to be inundated. Residents described waking up to the sound of rushing water and cracking earth. It was like the mountain roared, said Samchai Ratnapong, a local farmer whose home was swept away. I grabbed my daughter and ran. We didn't have time to take anything. By dawn, more than 60 homes had been damaged or destroyed. The river, swollen beyond its banks, surged through the village with terrifying force, carrying away livestock, vehicles, and entire structures. Rescue teams from Chiang Mai and neighboring provinces arrived by helicopter, as roads were rendered impassable. Local authorities confirmed that at least 7 people were killed in the disaster, including 2 children. 10 others remain missing, including a 12-year-old girl last seen clinging to a tree as floodwaters rose. The search for survivors continues, with sniffer dogs and drones deployed to comb through debris and mud. "We are doing everything we can," said Colonel Precha Namsai of the Royal Thai Army's Northern Command. "But the terrain is difficult and the weather is still unstable. Every hour counts." Tragedy also struck the nearby Elephant Nature Park in Mae Tang, where floodwaters reached over 3 meters, breaching enclosures and sweeping away animals. 2 elephants, Plang Mae Kor and Phang Fasai, were confirmed dead. The sanctuary, home to over 120 rescued elephants, is now partially submerged. Sengduyan Chaler, the park's founder, shared a heartbreaking message on social media. "We tried to move them to higher ground, but the water kept rising. It was a dark day for all of us." Thailand's Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation, DDPM, has declared Mae Cham a disaster zone. Relief centers have been set up in schools and temples, offering shelter, food, and medical aid to displaced families. Over 1,200 people have been evacuated so far. The Thai Red Cross and local NGOs have mobilized volunteers to distribute supplies and assist with trauma counseling. "Many of these families have lost everything," said Dr. Araya Siddhachai, a psychologist working with flood victims. "We're not just treating injuries, we're helping people process grief." The floods have severely damaged infrastructure across the district. Bridges have collapsed, power lines are down, and communication remains patchy. The Mae Cham Hospital is operating on backup generators, and several schools have been closed indefinitely. Engineers from the Royal Irrigation Department are assessing the integrity of the Mae Ngat Dam, which reached 113% of its capacity earlier this week. While officials insist the dam is structurally sound, fears of further flooding persist. Experts warn that such extreme weather events are becoming more frequent due to climate change. Thailand's monsoon season is intensifying, said Dr. Niran Wangchai, a climatologist at Chiang Mai University. We're seeing more rain in shorter periods, which increases the risk of flash floods and landslides. The 2011 floods in Thailand killed over 500 people and caused billions in damages. This year's disaster, though more localized, underscores the urgent need for climate adaptation and resilient infrastructure. Despite the devastation, stories of courage and solidarity have emerged. Villagers formed human chains to rescue neighbors. Monks opened temple doors to shelter the homeless, and youth groups organized donation drives across Chiang Mai. We may be broken, but we're not defeated, said Mae Cham's district chief, Natapong Kayatwang. We will rebuild, stronger and wiser. In a haunting twist of fate, the ancient capital of Thailand's Sukhothai, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its serene temples and historical grandeur, was engulfed by floodwaters on August 28, 2025, as torrential rains battered the region, triggering one of the worst monsoon-related disasters in recent memory. The deluge, driven by a convergence of meteorological forces including the remnants of Tropical Storm Kajiki and an active Madden-Julian Oscillation, MJO, overwhelmed the Yom River and its tributaries, submerging entire neighborhoods, displacing thousands and threatening centuries-old cultural landmarks. According to the Thai Meteorological Department, TMD, Sukhothai received over 350 millimeters of rainfall within 36 hours, far exceeding seasonal averages. The storm system was intensified by a negative Indian Ocean Dipole, IOD, and warm sea surface temperatures in the Gulf of Thailand, which fueled convective cloud formation and prolonged precipitation. The Yom River, which snakes through the province, breached its banks early Wednesday morning, inundating low-lying areas and triggering flash floods that caught residents off guard. The Sucotai Dam, built to regulate water flow, reached 108% of its capacity, forcing emergency releases that exacerbated downstream flooding. By midday, the districts of Mueang Sukhothai, Kong Krylat, and Si Samrong were submerged under water levels ranging from 1.5 to 3 meters. Roads turned into rivers, rice paddies became lakes, and homes were reduced to islands of desperation. I've lived here for 60 years and I've never seen anything like this, said Supatra Chayasit, a retired teacher from Ban Kluai. The water came so fast. We had no warning, no time to prepare. My house is gone. More than 4,000 households were affected, with over 12,000 residents evacuated to temporary shelters set up in schools, temples, and government buildings. Power outages swept across the province, and mobile networks were disrupted, complicating rescue efforts. The Sukhothai Historical Park, home to the ruins of the 13th century capital of the Kingdom of Sukhothai, was not spared. Floodwaters reached the base of iconic structures such as Wat Mahathat and Wat Si Chum, prompting fears of irreversible damage. UNESCO officials and Thai conservationists rushed to the site, deploying sandbags and water pumps in a desperate bid to protect the ancient monuments. We are facing a cultural emergency, said Dr. Anurak Phongchai, director of the Fine Arts Department. These ruins are irreplaceable. Every hour counts. Drone footage showed the reflection of Buddha statues shimmering in floodwaters, a surreal and tragic image that quickly went viral across social media. As of Thursday evening, provincial authorities confirmed 9 fatalities, including a young boy swept away while trying to rescue his dog. At least 17 people remain missing, and dozens have been hospitalized due to injuries, hypothermia, and waterborne illnesses. Emergency responders, including the Royal Thai Army and volunteer rescue teams, are working around the clock. Boats, helicopters, and amphibious vehicles have been deployed to reach stranded residents. many of whom are elderly or disabled.
ตอนนี้กู้ภัยกำลัง
With floodwaters stagnating and sanitation systems overwhelmed, health officials warn of a looming public health crisis. Cases of leptospirosis, dengue fever, and gastrointestinal infections are expected to rise.
เดือนที่แล้วนะครับตอนนี้เอาไม่อยู่
The Sucotai hospital, operating on backup generators, has set up mobile clinics in evacuation centers. We're doing our best, but resources are stretched thin, said Dr. Nataya Wong-Prazert, head of emergency medicine. We need clean water, antibiotics, and mental health support. Beyond physical damage, the emotional toll is profound. Children cry in shelters, elders mourn lost homes, and families grapple with uncertainty. Psychologists from Chiang Mai and Bangkok have arrived to offer trauma counseling. Floods don't just wash away buildings, they wash away stability, said Dr. Preecha Namsai, a clinical psychologist. We're seeing signs of acute stress, anxiety, and depression. Recovery will take time. Prime Minister Sretha Thavisin visited the province on Thursday, pledging 500 million baht in emergency aid and promising long-term flood mitigation strategies. We will rebuild Sukhothai, he declared, not just physically, but emotionally and culturally. However, criticism has mounted over the lack of early warning systems and inadequate infrastructure. Local activists argue that deforestation and unchecked urban development have worsened flood risks. The government knew this was coming, said Somchai Ratnapong, a community leader. We've been warning them for years. Now we're paying the price. Meteorologists and climate scientists point to global warming as a key factor in the intensification of Thailand's monsoon season. Rising sea temperatures, shifting wind patterns, and increased atmospheric moisture have made extreme weather events more frequent and severe. This is not a one-off, said Dr. Niran Wangchai of Chulalongkorn University. Sukhotai is a warning. We must adapt, or we will continue to suffer. Amid the devastation, stories of heroism and solidarity abound. Monks carried children to safety. Farmers shared food with strangers. Youth groups organized donation drives, collecting clothes, medicine, and supplies. We may be underwater, but our spirit is not drowned, said District Chief Natapong Kayatwang. We will rise again.